Hello, my name is Jade. Come and join me for my survival trip to Japan. Our trip will start at the Miami International Airport, going to the United Airlines terminal. We will board a flight that will cost $593 and will take approximately 15 hours and 11 minutes. As we land in Narita Airport, we can use Nariko, which is like Siri but just for Narita Airport. Exiting the airport, we can use the bus Kisei to travel to Wakamatsu Hoten, which will cost $73 for our stay. Waking up for day 2, we will be going to Kamedo Tenjin Shrine. Kamedo Tenjin Shrine is dedicated to the god of scholarship, attracting students of all ages who call on higher powers to help them pass their exams, bursting with pink plum trees in late winter and purple wisteria in spring. The shrine is dedicated to 9th century politician Sugawara no Michizane, the god of students. A great poet and scholar, Sugawara is regarded as the patron god of students. For centuries, children and anxious parents have been coming to pray at the shrine, hoping for good grades and admission to top universities. Kamedo Tenjin has been dubbed the Flower Shrine. The lovely gardens at Kamedo Tenjin have made this spot a favorite place of Japanese artists. The legendary wisterias have appeared in many works of art. The shrine's main building, gates, and elegantly arched Red Moon Bridge were all constructed to resemble Daizaifu Tenman-gu near Fukuoka, one of the major Tenjin shrines in Japan. After that, we will be traveling to Team Lab Borderless. This facility is built as a world of artworks without boundaries, a museum without a map where artworks can move about the room and even intermingle with not only the visitors but with the other artworks as well. A digitally interactive experience as you make your journey through the facility. As you enter the museum, you will be greeted with stunning, brightly colored digital paintings housed in tiny nooks. The artworks move and contort over time. In one room, waves crash on the walls and you can sit on a beanbag and feel like a tiny boat bobbing in the sea. In the relaxing floating nest, you lie on a huge net and the room spins around you. In the forest of lamps, you move through a room of colorful changing lights. There's no map as the discovery is part of the fun. You wander down dark corridors and choose doors at random to explore the immersive displays that use lights and projections in creative ways. Since there is no map, it is very difficult to find the bathroom, so I asked an employee, "Toire wa doko desu ka?" which means, "Where is the bathroom?" Thanks to their help, I can now use the bathroom. Please give me a moment. Alrighty, now let's get back to exploring. Part of the attraction is taking photos with the artworks. One example is the Black Waves, which is a continuous artwork. There is also the Aesthetics Forest, a great place for young and old alike to burn some energy. With all that activity, we will now be going to our hotel, the Dormy Inn, which will cost $64 for our stay. For day 3, we will start by going to the Ghibli Museum. Studio Ghibli's animated features have touched the hearts of millions, with My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away, and Kiki's Delivery Service among its most popular titles. Relive the magic of your favorites with Ghibli Museums, life-size reincarnations of their animated worlds. But with intricate detail, each room throughout the facility is a tiny wonderland featuring the life-size reincarnations of Ghibli's many worlds. Miyazaki aimed to create worlds that were intricate and lush, and with so much attention to movement and detail that viewers might feel that these worlds could be real, no matter what sort of fantastical or amazing things happened in the course of the story. The Ghibli Museum is dedicated to the studio's work, as well as to illuminating the mechanics of the world of animation. Even though there are many references to lovable films within the museum, you don't have to be a Studio Ghibli fan to appreciate the amazing artistry on display, or be completely charmed by the exhibits. Near the top of the museum, visitors have the chance to play with one of the most adored characters in Studio Ghibli films, a giant plush cat bus from My Neighbor Totoro. In addition to various exhibition rooms, back on the ground floor is a delightful miniature theater, which shows an animated short from the studio, created exclusively for the Ghibli Museum, and only viewable there. The short movie plays several times each hour. For food, we will be eating monjayaki, a savory pancake made of finely chopped cabbage, flour, egg, and dashi. Other ingredients, such as pork, shrimp, and octopus, are added according to your tastes. From Ghibli Museum, we will be taking a flight over to Chubu Central International Airport in Aichi Prefecture. From there, we will be going to Shirasagi Onsen for the night, which will cost $68. For day 4, we will start by going to Inuyama Castle. Inuyama Castle is one of only 12 original Japanese castles remaining. Looking out over the Kiso River, Inuyama Castle staked its claim as the oldest castle in Japan, surviving wars and natural disasters to retain its original form since its construction in 1537. Until 2004, it was the only castle in Japan that was privately owned. It was given back to the original owners in 1895 on the condition that they repair the damage from an earthquake that had struck a few years earlier, and maintain it from then on. As this is a castle of such historical importance, take the time to look around inside the keep. From the steep wooden stairs to the exhibits of samurai armor, folding screens and swords, you can get a sense of how the castle may have felt for those living within its huge stone walls. Inuyama Castle is at its most delightful in the spring and fall, sitting on top of a small hill with commanding views of Kisogawa Valley below and Gifu Prefecture beyond. The skyline is filled with beautiful bursts of pink from cherry blossoms in April, and deep red and flame orange and yellow of maple leaves in late November. These are particularly busy times around the castle, but the picturesque sights make it worth it. The top floor of the castle is an observation platform that gives you fantastic panoramic views of the wide river, old city, and the rolling hills on all sides. Throughout the castle grounds, you can find small shrines, temples, and hidden vantage points. At the foot of the hill on which Inuyama Castle sits, you can find Sanko Inari Shrine, a place of worship with a short tunnel of red torii gates. The shrine is framed as a place for those who have been unlucky in love to pray for a match. From Inuyama Castle, we will go to Nagoya Station so we could go to our next destination. We will be taking the bullet train, also known as Shinkansen, which is world-renowned and offers the highest rail speeds to match its peerless comfort. It is operated from Tokyo and speeds off to major cities around the country at regular intervals. There are 3 types of Shinkansen, namely Nozomi, Hikari, and Kodama. The Nozomi Shinkansen stops at fewer stations compared to the other 2, but is faster to the region of Kansai. On the bullet train, we head over to Toyohashi and take a quick walk over to Yoshida Shrine for the Toyohashi Dion Festival. Every year, the city of Toyohashi puts on a 3-day firework display that blows all the other local demonstrations out of the water. Over 3 days in Toyohashi, you can experience different displays of local culture, each as spectacular as the next. Handheld Tezutsu fireworks kicked the celebration off on Friday night in front of the altar of Yoshida Shrine, where they are said to have originated some 450 years ago. Parishioners from 8 local neighborhoods set off these dramatic firework cannons. A cascade of flame shoots 10 meters into the air and showering the holders with their glowing embers. The next evening, continue the celebration along the banks of the Toyo River. Enjoy the local festival food, relax and watch in amazement as some 12,000 fireworks light up the night sky. After that, we will be traveling back to Shirasagi Onsen and eat hitsumabushi, an eel dish in which all the ingredients such as rice, seaweed, and eel and wasabi are served separately. You get an empty bowl and mix everything together to your personal taste. The final step is to pour a dashi broth over what you have left. Waking up for day 5, we will be traveling to Kiso Sansen National Government Park, also known as 138 Tower Park. 138 Tower Park in Ichinomiya City near Nagoya is a beautiful public park with the tallest arch-style tower in Asia at 138 meters tall. The tower offers spectacular panoramic views of the nearby area, Kiso Valley, and the peaks of the Japan Alps. Highlights include a rose garden with 4,000 perpetual roses, seasonal flowers such as cosmos, tulips, hyacinths, and poppies, and some of the best cherry blossoms in Aichi Prefecture. Twin Arch 138 was built as a main park facility. 2 hyperbolic arches of different height and the central elevator shaft symbolize the majestic flow of the 3 Kiso rivers. The highest point of the tower is 138 meters in honor of Ichinomiya City. Then we will be traveling all the way to Miyazaki Airport in Miyazaki Prefecture. From Miyazaki Airport, we will be going over to the Obi Castle ruins. Miyazaki Prefecture holds a significant place in Japanese mythology, and the town of Obihan, also known as Obi, is renowned for its architecture, castle, cobblestone streets, and old-world charm. From the late 1500s to 1860s, Obi Town was a thriving samurai district that prospered under the powerful Ito clan. Today, you can explore the lush grounds of Obi Castle and peek inside the remaining samurai residencies in the streets around the castle. The majority of the original castle still remains, though some restorative work took place through the 1970s. One great way to soak in the culture is to take a traditional rickshaw ride into the castle grounds. The grounds include lots of open spaces and beautifully manicured garden areas. In the evening, the lights that line the streets outside Obi Castle light up. It looks spectacular and really takes your mind back to what Obi and other parts of samurai Japan might have looked like in their prime. After that, we will be traveling to Hotel Winged International Miyakonojo for the night, which will cost $39. For day 6, we will start the day by heading over to Mochio Park for the Mochio Park Cherry Blossom Festival. Cherry blossom season is one of the greatest times to visit Japan, a symbol of fresh beginnings and the end of the cold winter. Locals and visitors alike flock to Mochio to celebrate with beer and picnics, and by taking lots of photos. The cherry blossoms at Mochio Park are a sight to behold, with around 2,600 trees bursting with delicate blooms. In the park, they create a vast sea of pink which contrasts beautifully with the bright blue spring sky. One of the most enjoyable ways to admire the cherry blossoms is by taking a traditional rickshaw ride around the local sites. Head up to Mochio Shrine for a lovely view of the festivities and blossoms below. From Mochio Park, we will head over to Amano Iwoto Shrine. Once you've spent a little time roaming the village and shrines of Takachiho, it becomes apparent that the town takes its high standing in Japanese mythology very seriously. The Amano Iwoto Kakara dances form a core part of festivities, celebrating this mythology and are held at Takachiho and Amano Iwoto shrines. If you're in town just for the day, then you can catch a performance of the highlights each night at Takachiho Shrine, which includes the Amano Iwoto Kagura. Takachiho offers a fantastic glimpse into Japan's past, as well as some incredible scenery places like Takachiho Gorge. After that, we will go back to the Hotel Wing and eat hiyajiru, the Japanese version of gazpacho, It is a chilled soup made from dried fish and miso, poured atop cooked rice and eaten alongside refreshing summer vegetables like cucumber. A final topping of ginger and perilla give the dish an extra refreshing flavor. Now it's day 7 and time to go home. First, we'll be heading over to Kagoshima Airport. Going to the Jetstar terminal, we will board our flight, which will cost $278, and take about an hour and 30 minutes. Landing back in Tokyo, we will now head back over to Miami. Making our way through the airport, we will make our way to American Airlines Terminal and board our flight, which will cost $1,956 and take about 16 hours and 14 minutes. And now we're back in Miami. And now I would like to thank you for joining me for my survival trip to Japan. Sayonara!